OCHAREO, Ada Che, Chenife Chocún, Chenife Maru, Chenife La Ocha.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Rita Maria Arencibia Saya. Thank you so much to be here with us. Today, this live stream is in English for our community that doesn't speak Spanish. So last week, it was in Spanish. This live stream is about the Odum, Obara Elleunle, MAFEREFUN ELEGUA, OCHUN, OBATALA, CHANGO, ORUMILA, and ORICHA. This is one of the greatest ORICHA that we have in our religion, because the person that had Obara Elleunle, even though this Odum comes in Osobo, you can make it faster. The only thing that you need to do is different EGBOSE that you will see in this live stream, and also obey the advice of the Orisha that you have, because sometimes, even though it's Osobo, it depends on the Osobo that you have. It could be, for example, Araye, that is one of the Osobo, this Odum, or Eyo, or could be just Akoba. Depends on the Osobo that you have, and depends on the Ebo that the priest mark to you, is how you can manage this Odum. Obara Elleunle is the Odum that recommend you that going to the church and praise, it will be good for you, because it talk about the prayers, it talk about the Santissimo path. That's why in this Odum is we have the prohibition when we are of Iyabo to go outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, because it's the path of the Santissimo at this time. So we are supposed to wait, and 15 minutes later we go out. This Odum Obara Elleunle talk also that it's important for us to pray in the church for the Santissimo. This is something that you can do without any problem. Just to take a candle, dress in white, that is important in this Odum, and go to any church that is close to you, and just pray for anything that you want to accomplish. Obara Elleunle is the fresh Odum. It's not that other Odum that is a little hard. This Odum is fresh. It's the Odum that, like I said before, even though it comes Osobo, you can become in Ire easily. This is one of the Odum that also we are supposed to know about our lineage in the religion, to know for what branch we belong, who is our brand, because there are different things that you are supposed to follow in this Odum to be successful. We call this Odum the path of the Santissimo, because here, Obatala, he had a lot of enemies around the village that he was living, and always he saw ELEGUA in the market. But one day Obatala decided to be out as less as he can, because he didn't want to confront these people. And ELEGUA didn't see him. So one day he saw Obatala in the market, and he asked Obatala, why I didn't see you? And Obatala told him about all the enemies that he has. That's why he doesn't want to be out of the house. ELEGUA told him, fine, don't worry about it. I'm going to help you to move to another village that the people go to appreciate you. So ELEGUA, he went knocking different doors around that village, and letting people know that at 12 o'clock something bad go to happen. So don't open your door. The population of that village, that all of them obey ELEGUA, they decide to close their door at 12 o'clock. So it was the moment that ELEGUA take advantage of that, and he was the agogo of Obatala, he covered him with the white sheet, and he was, sound with the agogo of Obatala, and Obatala followed him, and he left the beach and had a great life in another one. So this Odun advises you that you need to move for the place that you are living, because around you there are different enemies, different people that they really don't like you. But what happened that most of the time, the 80% of the time, the person cannot move to another place because maybe you bought this house months ago, and you, for different reasons, you cannot move to another place. One of the bosses that I do recommend here that is simple is to move the furniture in the living room, for example. And you can redesign the colors of the walls, paint the walls, move everything. Like when the people get to your house, they see, oh, this look nice, this look new. You need to move stuff. One of a boda you can do in this autumn is to feed ELEGUA with a chicken, the boat with the chicken. You need to cover ELEGUA with the white mosquito fabric. One mosquito fabric in white, and then you cover ELEGUA, and you clean with the chicken, and you feed ELEGUA. When you feed ELEGUA, don't dismiss the chicken. Just plug this chicken, and then you put in the oven with palm oil in order that they get, dry. And after that, when you refresh your ELEGUA, you offer ELEGUA the chicken like an adimu. At the 3 days, you cut the chicken in different pieces that you like. Could be 3, could be 4, 7 of them. And you put all of them in brown. Thank you, Magadore, to be here with us. Mita Ming or OCHUN. And then you put these pieces in the brown paper bag, and you add 3 pennies to each one of them, and also a cu, a ya, and aguado. And you distribute these packets in different places around your house, for example, in different corners around your job, and this, it will be good for you. But the most important thing here in Obara Elleunle that sometimes the people don't follow it is to change your life. So most of the time we do the EGBOSE, and we stay in the same place, hanging out with the same people, talking the same thing. We don't move away from them. Even though you love some friends, this autumn recommend you that some of them is not good for you. Some of them don't allow you to move forward in life. For example, you want to study something, and they say, why do you want to study now? That is not good for you. You are too old for that. No, because I want, to pay my house. Why do you want to pay your house now? You want to spend money on that. Always when you make a comment about something to improve your life with them, they talk with you in the negative way. So this autumn advise you that you need to observe the people that are around you, to know which is your really friends. It's not sometimes that they are your enemies. No, it's that sometimes they cannot see more from the place that they are. You are the person that you have a great vision in your life. You see the future. You need to change things in your life that you are capable to see. They are not capable to see that. That's why always when you ask them, they think in the negative way, because they are in the comfort zone and they don't want to change that zone in the air. They don't want to change. So, but you need to change to improve your life and get everything that you want, to accomplish your dreams. Because Obara Elleunle is the autumn of prosperity. It's the autumn that you can move from the place that you are to another place. Not only when we talk about the place, we talk about the, for example, at work. No, we talk about your life, that you can also study something, you can improve something in order to get a better life for you. So if you have this autumn Obara Elleunle, that is the Santissimo path, where Obatala moves to another place to get a better life, it is something that you need to put in your mind. What do you need to change? What do you need to improve? Because it's not only the bow, that most of the time the people do that. Let me do the bow with ELEGUA, and then later, 6 months later, when they see you say, I did a bow, I fit ELEGUA, I did that, but nothing changed. No, because you don't change. Automatically that you have this autumn, you need to change. We need to align with the autumn that we have when we, for example, get a reading, or if you, for example, crown any orisha, you have this autumn in your guardian angel, for example, just check to know what you need to change. This is the autumn that you need to think before you speak, because the first one is Obara. Obara talk about the tongues, that the tongues could be the curse in our life, and only every single thought that you have in your mind. So sometimes you talk in front of people that they can manipulate and also flip it up your words. So you need to be careful with that, because in this autumn, talk about that the words has ears, because Orumila with some babalawos, he was doing an ebo in the house, and they was praying, and and singing different suyers, and everything was good, but they didn't know that next to the house were a bunch of kids that they were playing, but they start to listen through the walls, all the suyers and prayers. And when they finished, that they were outside of the house, they, Orumila and the Babalao, saw the kids praying and, and singing the same songs and prayers that they were doing before. So what this autumn let you know, that you need to be careful with the kids when they are in front of you. Something that is important is that we put the kids in their place, kids with the kids and elders with the elders. It's not just that they listen through the walls. Sometimes they are playing next to us and we think that they don't listen. They listen everything that we are talking about. And they analyze all of that, and they can, after that, repeat everything in the same way that you did. That's why in our religion, we separate the kids. It's not that we, for example, don't do a ceremony for them. It's important to do a ceremony for them. Sometimes we have in our ita that in one of the orisha is telling us that we need to take care of our kids, that we need to do the ceremony for them in order to take care of their health. There are so many different reasons that we need to do different ceremony for our children. But when we talk about the ceremonies, don't obligate them to participate in any of them. Let them play. If they want to play, let them play. Why? Because later they refuse of the religion. They don't like the religion anymore, and we have some issues with them. And it happens when they grow up and they move with the gay friend or boyfriend, and they don't want the orisha with them. In the better cases, the mother has to keep, or the parents, all the orishas and attend all of them. this is something that could be a problem because when they are child, we are supposed to take care of the orichas. We are supposed to feed them. We are supposed to put some at the muses, and the mother have the authorization from Olofi to do all of that without any problem. But when they grow up and they have, for example, 18, 20 years old, they are supposed to start to take care of the orichas. When they don't do that, they are an osobo in our religion that is honor. Osobo honor is the punishment from the orichas. So even though you pray, even though you do different ceremonies, they will have problem because they don't attend the orichas properly. Even sometimes they don't have the guardian angel with them. If you have crown, for example, OBATALA or OCHUN, at least you are supposed to have your warrior with you and OBATALA or OCHUN, depending on the case. And the other oricha, they maybe could be with the parents because they don't have the space, they have the condition at home, but at least the warriors and the guardian angel are supposed to be with them in order to protect them, in order that they see that the child appreciate that they are in their life. This is something that we are supposed to teach our new generation of Babalochas and Iyalochas. When we are doing different ceremonies, for example, and they don't know and they ask, they want to participate, is the time that we need to take advantage of that. To explain them about the religion and then pursue them to participate in the ceremonies. Why? Because most of the time we push them too much and they are kids. And what happened that later they'll feel that like a punishment. He punished me because he wants that I do whatever he's doing and I don't have time to do that. So my recommendation when we talk about the kids is to pursue them, to talk to them about the religion like it's the game, talk with them about the PATAKINES. So give them the insight of the religion. And then you will see if they really like the religion, because like I said, sometimes we need to crown them just for health, for example, and they don't have any idea what they have. And in that way, you start to, to pulling them into. You start to pulling them into, and later you will see that you will have a great result with that. But this all don't talk about. We need to take care of the kids and educate them without that they feel that we are punished them with the religion. Why? Because also this Odom talk when the kids save us. Because here the kids, they save Orumila. Orumila, he had a lot of enemies in his village. And they were outside in different points waiting that Orumila be out of his house to attack him. And Orumila, that he saw this Odom, he needs a rooster to do an ebo. But he cannot get the rooster because he knows that out of his house, the enemies were waiting for him. But in front of his house, it was a bunch of kids that they were playing. And they saw Orumila, that he was a little worried, and they approached Orumila and asked him, what happened? What do you need? And Orumila told them, I need to do an ebo, but I cannot get the rooster. And the kids start to play with the rooster and got some feathers from him and took all the feathers that they could of the rooster and gave them to Orumila. And then with the feathers, Orumila did the bow. This is the bow that we call the bow apayeru. The bow apayeru is the bow that the babalawos do on the table with feathers of the rooster, the chicken, or from different birds. So this odun is telling you that when you do the ebo, you can say some feather if you have this odun. And maybe one day you know you need to do the ebo. So with the feathers of the roosters, the hens, or the chicken that you have, you can clean yourself, and it will save you of the problem that you have. Later, you go to the priest for divination to do another ebo. One of the bosses that we do here that we call in my own way, I got the ebo Ocha Ifa, because it's the ebo that we do with the orishas. We feed them with feathers, and then we take the feathers of the animal, the hen feathers or the guinea feathers, all of them. I give it to the person, and then when we finish that boat to feed the orishas, we say, now take all of them and go to the godfather in Ifa and let him know that do the ebo apayeru for you. This ebo is so great. That's why sometimes you need to save the feather. This explains you why it's important that we need to educate our children also in the religion. When you have a child here, for example, that sometimes they have different dreams. They let you know the dreams, listen what they say. Because sometimes in the dream, they know about something that could help you with any situation that you have, or even your child had a situation and through the dream, he know that, and then you know the ebo and something that you need to do to save your child. So it's important to listen when they speak with you or different dream that they have. Obara Elleunle is the order that we are supposed to feed the warriors in the beginning of the year and take care of them. Because in this order, Orumila, he went to the village that they call the Inle land. And the people that they live over there, they had a great prosperity. They didn't have problem. You know, the king have everything, and the servant have everything, the captain, everyone have a prosperous life in that land. But Orumila, when he got there, he put his flag. So everyone that observed that Orumila was there, they want a reading from him. So all of them went to see Orumila, and Orumila started to do different reading for them, but every single reading, this Odun show up, Obara Elleunle and Obara Elleunle, and he did the same ebo from all of them. But when he finished, he said, this Odun advise you that on top of one ebo, you need to do another ebo. This is something that is in this Odun Obara Elleunle. The person are supposed to do 2 eboses. And they said, but we have a great life. We just did the first ebo because we want to please you, and also that you leave this land because we have a great life. And Orumila said, yes, but when you are Ire, you need to do the ebo also to keep that Ire. That's why in this Odun it's important to do 2 eboses. But they refused to do the ebo. So Orumila, he felt offended by that, and he left to Ife. So later, ELEGUA, Ogun, and Ochosi, they show up in that village. But what happened that they were before in different villages and the people didn't treat them in the best way. So they felt also offended and angry with the people. And they said, they treat us in this village like the others, we go to declare the war against all of them. And they go to regret to treat us like that. So the people in that village, when they arrive and they want food, they offer them all the food of the EGBOSEs. But what happened that the EGBOSEs was rotten. Because of that, they got angry and then declared the war against them and start to kill a lot of people and break the houses and burn this and that. And ELEGUA said, you know, I'm going to do every single thing that I can do against them. And Ogun said, if one escape from you, I got my machete, I'm going to punish them. And Ochosi said, you know, if they escape from both of you, I have my arrow to hand them. So it was really a chaos in that land. But one of them, that he had a lot of faith in Olofi, he opened his arms and he started to pray to Olofi. So Olorun, that was shining at that moment, that Olorun is the sun, you know, project a big shadow behind him. So when ELEGUA, Gun, and Ochosi saw that, they were a little afraid of that shadow that they had never seen before. And this man, he left that village and went direct to Ife and told Orumila, please come back and do the second EGBOSE. But Orumila, he was busy doing another EGBOSEs and another thing in Ife and told him, I cannot go back. But I'm going to let you know that you can go back over there and feed ELEGUA, Ogun, and Ochosi. And let ELEGUA know that when he finished with his shells, he do the EGBOSE for all of you. So the man, he did like that. And when they fed the warriors, and he told that ELEGUA sit down in the stera, and he did the EGBOSE for all of them, and their life changed, and everything was normally again. What happened that this is the Odun that talk about the Oriate, about the Obatero, that do the EGBOSE in Ocha with the church and ELEGUA. But something that I want to let you know is that when we do this EGBOSE Ate in Ocha, we are supposed to have a chicken to do that EGBOSE. So because of this Odun, Obara Elleunle, some people take feathers and give us the feathers to do the EGBOSE of the stera. Yes, we can do with the feathers, but it's not like we are supposed to do. Why? Because when we finish the EGBOSE, sometimes ELEGUA, he wants the chicken. So that we do is that we clean the grandmother, for example, the Oyubona, the Oba Feicita, and we self and we feed ELEGUA with that chicken. And the chicken goes into the back of the EGBOSE. Sometimes if he doesn't take the EGBOSE, you leave the chicken like OCHAREO in the house, and then when on Friday, when everything finished, the grandmother gives this chicken to ELEGUA, and that's it. But it's important when we do the EGBOSE Ate to have the chicken in our ceremonies. When we use the feather, it's emergency. For the emergency, sometimes, you know, the chicken pass away, we don't have any place to get another one, so we do with the feather. But it's important to let you know that the feather, the chicken is important at the EGBOSE. The man that he had this Odun, Obara Elleunle, is the great Odun to be a diviner. So If you go, for example, I know people that they are babalawos that have this odun and they are great babalawos. If you have this odun, for example, in your guardian angel or elegua, and you want to be an oriate, it will be great for you. The women in general that have this odun, you can be a great diviner. You can be an spiritista, a medium, or something like that, because this odun talk about divination. Obara Elleunle. So it's something that you need to know about this odun. When in this odun also talk about the respect between Ochun and Chango. It was a land that they had a lot of problem in that land, and they went support, and they didn't have any prosperity because they didn't know either the rules of the OCHA. But Ochun, she saw that, and she felt so sad for them. So she decided to help the people. She started to do different EGBOSE to all of them and crown some of them too. And then land changed completely. And the people, they were so happy with Ochun. But Chango, even though he was living far away from that land, he felt angry with that situation because he was one that he made different power and witchcraft against that people because he just want that his village had the prosperity. So he went to that land and he started to ban a lot of people and punish all of the people that had Crown Ocha. I said, you have Crown Ocha, they punish him. And he started to do all of that around that village. So the disaster was so big. And Ochun, she didn't feel happy with that. So she started to pray to Olofi and ask Olofi that help her with that situation. When she did that, Olofi called both of them. She called Ochun, he called Ochun, and he called also Chango, and told them that that war had to end because both of them were his child, that he had to finish immediately. And that person that has crowned Chango cannot crown Ochun and vice versa. So this is one of the odun that talk about the respect about Ochun and Chango. But what happened, there are people in our community that for tradition of the branch in Ocha, the Chango crown Ochun and the Ochun crown Chango. So if you have that tradition in your family, you can keep it, But what is my point when we talk about this patakin? We need to review sometimes the odun that we have. That's why our ita is so important for us. Because if you have Obara Elleunle and you have crown Ochun or Chango, you know that is one of the areas that this odun is telling you that it could be a problem for you. Some people, they can tell you it's not a problem. Don't worry about it. I know people that have crown Chango and crown Chango, and I know people that and they said you a dream, and because you don't have any problem with that, you crown the person, and after that you see that your life change. So you need to be careful when you crown someone, that is the ewe in your odun, because it could be a problem for you tomorrow. It's not a problem for your grandparents, it's not a problem for the Oriate or the Babalawo. The problem is for you. So if you have this odun, analyze first before you crown someone, because when we do a ceremony, we are giving the person health. We are giving the person prosperity. Even before we crown any Orisha in the region when they call the reading to get into the OCHA, we see that we need to do different EGBOSEs. Depends of the odum that came out. So if you have this odum in your OCHA, please check this before you are in problem. This odum talk also about when Chango, he changed his wife for the food because he had two women that were living with him, and Chango, he was telling everyone that no one can take away from him one of his wife. What happened that Oge, that he listened that comment, he said, I'm going to get one of them. So he dressed in the best way that he could, and he went to see one of the wife of Chango. And she fell in love with him, and she left the house of Chango. When Chango came back to his house and he didn't see his wife, he got so angry, and he asked the other one, where is my wife? And she said she left with Oge. But Oge, that he knew that Chango, he went to his house. He went for divination to see Orumila. And Orumila recommended him to do a big bowl with different fruit. Also corn meal and everything. And they put it in the path. So when Chango went to his house and he saw all of the fresh food, he started to think. And he said, you know what? I have a lot of women, so let them be happy. I'm going to eat all of that. And with that, Oge killed the wife of Chango. So this Odun also advise you that it's important to attend Chango. Chango is one of the richer that he's like Elegua. He always wants something. So it's important to put different adimuses. If you have, for example, Chango is your father, or you crown Chango, put different adimuses to Chango. The Amalaila, than either, corn meal with okra. Try to learn about different aladimuses also that you can offer Chango in order that he be happy. Like we see before, Ochun is so important in this order too. So if your mother is Ochun or you have crowned Ochun, you need to attend Ochun also, because Ochun, when you have different situations in your life, no matter the original that you have crowned, you have this order, always she goes to help you. Always she goes to support you. So this is the order that Elegua, Ochun, and Chango, the three of them, we need to attend them as best as we can. And we need to know about this origin. If you have this order, and you will see, and if you do that, your life will be prosper. And you won't have any single issues with people. Because Obara Elleunle, like I said before, is one of the great odum that we have. In this odum, let us know that it's important to keep the organization and the rules in our religious house. Because here, Obatala, he was living in the village. The people, they had everything that they need and more. But they didn't work. They just go to different bad parties, and always they were doing different things. But the other village, they start to talk about Obatala, said that Obatala, he was, spoiling his people in his village, that he didn't want to do anything correct. So Obatala, he felt offended by that, and he left that village. And Chango took his position. But the same thing happened when Chango started to educate them and let them know what they have to do, they refuse to do it. So Chango said, the best thing is to treat them like Obatala did. But when the time passed, they start to talk about Chango too, about fame about him. Said that he was the person that they don't know how lead people, that he didn't know what to do with them. So Chango, because he's not Obatala, he punished all of them with his bat, and he put them in prison. So they start to complain about it to Olofi. And when Olofi got there, he told Chango, you cannot do that. What happened with Obatala? And Obatala told Olofi everything that happened. So Olofi said, from this moment, everyone has to work. And you also have to pay some money for the kingdom. So it talked about the taxes, when the taxes started. So what happened that sometimes we have our God kids and we do not want to, that they get, Santo, Beta, Santo, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Beta, Olo Batala. Sometimes we don't want to let them know about the rules and regulations that we have in our house. In any religious house that you have 10 people, 20, it doesn't matter. You need to let them know about the rules and regulations that you have in your house. Why? Because when you open your eyes, everything is beyond your control. And then when you try to let them know what they are supposed to do, how they are supposed to behave in the ceremony, that they need to attend the ceremonies, you are the bad person. They start to criticize you because you never told them anything about that before. So this is one of the orders that is telling us that it's important to organize the ceremony and let people know what they are supposed to do. Sometimes what happened that the Orienteses, right now, we don't want to talk in any ceremony, because if you say something, you are a bad person. You always are, angry. So we don't say anything. But what happened with the godparents, that they cannot say anything, and then the ceremony that could be maybe 5 hours is 8 hours. And when you finish the ceremony, that they are supposed to help the godparents to clean everything, because it's not just to do a ceremony, you need to clean the place. Everyone leave the place. So this is the reason that this order advises us that it's important to educate our godchildren, what they are supposed to do. Because it's not, you will be in trouble. Don't let them, direct you. You are the leader. You are the godparent. So it's your responsibility to let them know how do you want that they perform, that they work with you in your house. This is something that you are supposed to do. This order have the EGBOSE. So here we have different herbs that you can use to prepare the EGBOSE when you have any issue. Like you see here the bledo blanco, the verdolaga, quita maldición, albahaca. So these herbs you can use when you have any situation at work or around you. You can prepare this bath. The second one that we with yagruma, algodón, frescura, that is the bath of Obatala. You season it for Obatala with honey, cocoa butter, cascarilla, and all of that. But the yagruma is one of the herbs that belongs to Obatala and is so great for the kids of Obatala. In general, you can use it. That you do is you take some leaf of them and you make like a brooch, and you hang it behind your door. Okay? Because the yagruma has 2 faces. So when you hang the bunch of leaf of Yagruma behind your door, it avoid that the people that have two faces, talk about you. And also when they approach you and knock your door, you can see it. When you see that this leaf of Yagruma get dry, you rip it out all of them, you put in the metal bowl, and you make the saumerio in your house, and with that you finish. The Yagruma is so important to use in this autumn. Obara Elleunle. Okay, thank you, all of you that are here. If you have any question about the autumn, Obara Elleunle, or any autumn that is close to it, any patakin, this is the time to ask. Remember that I said before that this is one of the greatest autumn that we have. It's a fresh autumn. Obara Elleunle is the Santissimo Path. So anytime that you have a problem, you can go to the church, like I said before. Try to dress in white. Something else in this autumn is attend your worries. ELEGUA, Ogun, Ochosi, OCHUN, CHANGO. And if you do that, you won't have any problem, because Obara Elleunle is one of the great autumn that we have. It's a fresh autumn. You can do any single EGBOSE and it will be automatically in case that it comes in Osobo. Okay, have a nice week. Celebrate the Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is so good. Eat everything that you can. Enjoy with your family members. Remember to take at least 2 plates. Okay, 1 plate for Egun and another plate for ELEGUA. ELEGUA always has to participate in Thanksgiving with us to say thank you to him and all our orishas. God bless all of you. Health, faith, and prosperity. Ya tú sabes. Thank you. OCHAREO.